So if I might offer a definitional mashup from the intersecting work that we've explored so far, I suggest that when we're talking about learning organisations, we're looking for organisations that employ learningful practitioners wrapped in cultures, systems and leadership that enable, encourage and enact new ways of thinking, innovation and creative potential. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like any police organisation I know. And I'm not the only one feeling sceptical. Filsted and Gottschalk were similarly negative their assessment of the Norwegian police, although I think we would both agree that because we're not currently there doesn't mean it's impossible to get there. So to quote 90s indie duo Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine, let's at least dream the impossible dream. What will it take us to get there? Well, in fact, whether by accident or design, there's plenty of learningful activity going on in policing. For example, the evidence-based policing movement and research into what works for whom and why. In academic practitioner consortiums such as SIPA, or in bilateral relationships between police and universities, including in Australia, one force handing over all its data to a university explicitly so they can go fishing and looking for patterns. In post hoc reviews of successes and failures to identify organisational learnings and, less helpfully, typically also who to blame, and in much of the professionalisation work being done by the College of Policing. Now, these are all changes that provide opportunity for learning and transformation if that opportunity is taken. I want to hover on the work of the College of Policing for just a moment, and I hope you'll forgive me for doing so here at SIPA. I've been reflecting on my observations of the college over the last few years, which I confess have gone from incredulous to impressed. Much of what the college is doing or encouraging or eliciting seems to be in the service of building learning organisations, although I'm not sure that they would recognise or characterise it in this way. Their knowledge work has the potential to encourage policing to do things better and think about doing better things. Standards are developing out of a knowledge base, not out of a historical set of what we do and why we do it. Ownership of professional development is being transferred from the individual to the individual from the organisation. And the education qualifications framework provides a mechanism to encourage and value this sort of development, with the hope that ultimately this will lead to different ways of thinking about police work. The direct entry scheme, the advanced practitioner programme and Police Now all have the potential to attract and retain smart people and to value their different ways, different contributions to the profession explicitly. And of course, the leadership review and subsequent changes in thinking about the role of formal leaders in the police has the potential to shift systems and cultures to enable our smart people to contribute ideas and set directions instead of just being told what to do. Now, there are similar efforts in other jurisdictions, of course, all at varying stages of development. So in one assessment, we may say that we are inching toward a more learningful profession. But this work is not characterised as building learning organisations, and as such, it's not zipped together as a coherent whole. Now, on the one hand, that may not be a problem. In fact, labelling this activity as such might be counterproductive. Although, on the other hand, I wonder if we do not recognise these efforts as moving toward learning organisations, how will we recognise the need to trip into double-loop learning and measure our success in relation to this? Will we recognise and enact systems thinking? And will we recognise the importance of transforming ourselves and our organisation as a result? Can we be a learning organisation if we do not have the conscious shift toward being one? Or will we end up with a piecemeal approach of some of Sengi's disciplines and some of Garvin's activities and not quite get there as a result?